let's remove this current situation right now. It's been talked about for a few years that there could be expansion. Let's think of this in a perfect world, and I want to ask you, who do you think would be the most realistic option, or if there could be two teams, who is the most realistic option for expansion?
I would say Brisbane, definitely, and potentially New Zealand.
I would love New Zealand. I love that you've said New Zealand, because I feel like a second New Zealand, like a North Island and a South Island team, would just be unbelievable rivalry-wise. But Brisbane confuses me a little bit.
Yeah, well, the thing with Brisbane is a lot of people say, like, Broncos get 50,000 every second week. That stadium deserves 40, 50,000 every week. So that's why you bring two teams into Brisbane. Plus the talent-wise, in and around those areas with Kibra Park and all those high schools and stuff, they could definitely get that up and running and have a lot of local juniors come through. Whether it be the Titans move there and they look for somewhere else. But New Zealand Warriors, to me, they have a whole country there and they haven't been able to produce the quality and talent that they should. So maybe branching out a little bit down to the south or north and splitting them up, whatever you want to do. But that country is too talented with rugby union players and people that have grown up with league and union not to have two teams.
Jamie, do you think it would be good to have a Central Coast Bears team? With the Central Coast Stadium being used probably only twice a year now, but the game and the crowds always turn up, especially the Roosters and the Cowboys last year. That was close to a sellout and it was a good game. But do you think it would be a good move to have a Central Coast team? I'm from the coast myself, so I wanted to know your perspective of that.
Well, I think it's tough because you got 9 teams in Sydney. If they relocated a team, then it probably makes it a lot easier to stomach. But the thing with relocation or putting another franchise in, it has to be successful. No disrespect to the Titans, but 2 finals appearance or 3 finals appearance in 13 years isn't going to cut it when bringing fans back to the game. And whilst they've got financial security, we need to look at how we can get people through the gates and being successful. So just putting a team on the Central Coast or Brisbane or New Zealand doesn't automatically guarantee success. The Warriors are still waiting for their first title. Parramatta haven't won one in 35 years. There's a lot of teams that crave success that need to put things in place to be able to do that. So I just don't think Central Coast, if I could choose, I'd have Brisbane. I think Brisbane needs a second team, even if you kept the Titans, whatever. But yeah, in a perfect world, I'd have Brisbane and New Zealand.
I definitely agree with the New Zealand one. I think they just bring a whole nother level to the game. But even though they haven't, the Warriors obviously haven't specifically won themselves yet. But I agree with that, and I can understand your reasoning behind Brisbane too. I don't know if we should. I am a Titans fan, so I don't want the Titans to leave. But I just think giving up the Gold Coast to, say, the AFL is probably a difficult option, because that would just open up for the Suns to have that entire market.
Yeah, definitely. And the talent question always comes into it. Why don't we go to Perth? Well, we gave Perth the 9s and they didn't turn up. So there's got to be a lot of planning and everything that goes into putting another team on the map.